table today's discussion, tanking. So we kind of talked about it in the middle of combat last episode, and said that we would talk about it today. John has continually throughout this been under the assumption that he's not playing a tank, and because kind of, in our little side chats or whatever, it's like, man, if Osaze dies or whatever, I'm definitely making a tank. Just feels like there's no tank in this party. It is of my position is that Osaze is a tank, and I don't think there's maybe like one or two character builds that you could make that would be slightly better at being a tank, but you are in the tank category. That's my position. Before you go, I'm going to have everybody give their opinions first, and then you can chime in. Emily, do you think that Osaze is a tank?
Yes, I see Osaze as a lithe tank. Like he's not the typical bulky barbarian situation that you're thinking, but my boy is a big old damage dealer, and also he's got some pretty hefty HP, AC. Like
he does have a hefty HP though too.
Yeah.
He's got the most out of all of you. Hey, yeah, you are. Every year you get heftier, right?
I'm trying to work on that. That was savage as fuck. I'm glad you're not a doctor, because again, bedside manner.
Bedside manner,
I never claimed to be a doctor.
Really like
hey, listen, Adam's got bad side manner. You know what I'm saying? It's no bueno. But yes, you
moving on. My best friend just called me fat. It's cool. Let's keep going.
I thought he meant muscular.
Hefty.
Yeah. Look at them guns.
Yeah. You know what he meant.
I did.
Stop.
You as a tank person, you play tanks in a lot of these
tank leaning
games.
Individual.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about Osaze?
Yes and no. I think he is performing the role of a tank. I don't think, mechanically, I don't think he's built to be a true proper tank. Emily used the term lithe tank. I think that's fine. That's sort of to me, like a half tank or 3/4 tank kind of thing. But the litheness, I feel like some of the struggle John is having is not being expressed, because so often he's going in and just doing the full tank job and getting beat up for it, So I think he's doing the job of a tank, and is doing a pretty good job because he's soaking up a lot of damage. So you are doing that work. Mechanically, I lean towards not really, as far as like, is he mechanically a tank?
Okay, Dustin?
Definitely a tank. I think about old Bernard Silvereye in our other long lost Pathfinder 2 campaign, where he's a live tank. I have trouble not making dexterity characters, so I made a dexterity tank. But with Rangers, starting off, you get a good bit of HP. I think like the same as like fighters, maybe.
Yes.
And I believe you can also parry, right? Like at the last action. Or is that not a level 1
with
thing?
it has to have it's a weapon that with the parry trait.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Which you have.
Yes, I do.
Which increases your AC by 1, which is the same as similar.
As long as I
to raising a shield.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
So,
if you utilize that parry more often, I think you're definitely leaning more into being a tank.
Absolutely.
I think because you're the kind of ranger that is specifically the two weapons, each hand has a weapon in it, and because you don't have a shield, that's a little more difficult,
All right, so here, let me just get my reasons why I think, and then John, it's all you. Okay. Barbarians have a starting hit points of 12. You have 10. Okay. So you would have, if you were a barbarian, which I think is what you are thinking is the one and only tank class that there is. What would fighter would be the other? Fighter. Okay. So you have this,
and paladin.
you have an equal HP to fighters and champions. Yeah. If you were a barbarian, you would get 2 more HP to what you have, so that would take you to 23 instead of 21. Let's say, but your constitution is a +3. Well, so that makes it 24, right? If you were to make Constitution your main stat, and you'd have one more extra, so you're only down the max possible HP a level 1 character can get is 24.
Right,
Okay?
right. So I'm only down like 3 health points away.
3
from
of that.
Sure.
Barbarians are rarely going to be using a shield. Fighters and champions, they'll be using a shield. You don't have a shield. So your AC is not at a cap of what it can be at level 1, but it's still pretty high at 18.
Correct.
You know, and you do have the parry ability, and you know, and so like, I just don't think that there's in this game at this level, there's very few other builds that would be more tanky than a melee ranger, in my opinion. So you tell me what you think here.
Okay. Everybody brought up some great points.
I thought you were going to say, okay, everybody shut up.
No. Everybody brought up some great points. I do identify a little bit more with Heath's analysis, insofar that it is that I feel that Osaze is an off tank. His primary abilities are damage dealing. Okay. And he is performing the function of a tank insofar that he is taking the hits. Okay. Now, if that's simply all that a tank is, then yeah, he's doing that. Okay. But in my understanding of how a tank functions is that they also have the defense for it. Now, we had you brought up the point about him only being 3 points shy of what a level 1 optimal tank would have. Okay. Also, the lack of the shield for higher AC. You know, so probably 2, maybe 3 points, depending on if you're raising the shield or not, of AC. You know, so basically, 21 I believe is the highest AC you can get.
I think 20 is the most you can get at
20.
level 1.
Yeah. But 21 if you're raising that shield, right?
No. 20 is you get 20 from having a shield.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Because like 18 is the most that you can get with armor
Yes.
or dex, depending on which way you're going.
Right. So in that regard, you're not wrong in those, but I think the impact of that is more significant insofar that 2 AC is huge.
Yeah, that 2 AC would make a big difference. There's no doubt about that.
The HP is not so much.
So one thing that we have to consider is that we're using these terms like tank and off tank and DPS and all that. So those don't even really cleanly apply to Pathfinder 2E either, because like if you think about MMOs, which is where these terms come from, so many of the mechanics of tank build classes are like drawing aggro and like all these aspects of what makes a tank in those types of games, which is not present in here. You can take a feat that's like kind of draws aggro, but that's not really built into the game in the same way that's built into something like Final Fantasy 14 or
WoW or whatever.
Or whatever, you know? So like the term tank is like kind of loosely applied here in the first place.
Yeah.
In my mind, tank is the one who's taking the hits, being there to protect the squishiers so that there's focus being done, and you're also getting to do damage as well. I think, yes, can you build a better, more defensive character than this? You could, sure, but not much more.
No, I agree with you. And without going further down the rabbit hole of off tank versus regular tank, I still feel like there is a bit of, well, he's just not an optimal tank, but it's also, I think, more so impacted by the fact that we are level 1. Okay. So that in itself is the hardest struggle in taking the hits, because you are going to be like downed much more often than everybody else, because that's just the doldrums of being level 1, you know.
Well, I think it's also built into this game too.
Sure,
like
sure.
2E going down should be expected. You know, like most fights, somebody's going to go down, and I'm not sure that that's going to go away as we level up either, because, you know, the monsters level up as well and all that kind of stuff. So going down and the oscillating between dying and wounded is built into the game, you know, much more so than like Starfinder is, you know, like, go ahead.
What my main concern, being like performing the actions of a full, like, optimal tank is that, like, the survivability is much, I feel is a little bit easier insofar that everybody else doesn't have to use their class features or their spell slots in order to keep me up. So therefore, you can go a little bit further with that survivability, with the extra survivability.
I don't know if that's the case, because if we're keeping the idea of tanks and then you have a healer, well, is it not the healer's job in a fight to keep the tank up? Like, that's what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so, like, I don't know, because that's what Heath is doing, the role of the healer, and as is Dustin, kind of doing some off healing,
right?
You know, and like, so like, they're doing the thing that they're supposed to help you out. You're not draining their resources for something that they could be doing better. Like, that's what they're supposed to do, is to keep you up, so you can keep doing damage on the enemy, which is almost as important, if not more important, to survivability, is taking down the thing that's trying to kill you. You know what I mean? And
I'm glad that you bring up Dustin as far as Amir's, like, off healing in this, is that, like, it definitely takes a lot of the pressure off of George having to perform that function as regularly. So it does allow for that stretching to go a little bit longer without having to, you know, okay, well, look, my spell slots are tapped. Osaze is just, like, struggling, staying alive, yada, yada, yada. So it does help out having those daily elixirs and any kind of numbing salves that he applies. So
we're all level 1. We got to support each other.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's really the beautiful thing, because, I mean, like, going back to what the core of what Pathfinder, you know, 2E kind of, what's the word?
Well, it's core tenets.
Yeah. That its focus is to have teamwork. You know, so that so I think he's survivable, but, you know, it is a struggle because it's level 1. You know, Heath, you have your hand raised.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. It's your conversation.
Appreciate that.
To the MMO point, which is, you know, where those terms do come from, absolutely. Tanking in the classical MMO sense doesn't exist at all in this game, because to me, like, because we're kind of in a roundabout way trying to define what does the term even mean, right? And, like, in that sense, like, to me, what a tank is not only someone who has high HP but has high defense as well, but it's mitigation abilities that allow you to mitigate the incoming damage to yourself and to others, which is something that it exists in some ways, but not nearly as prevalently in a game like this, as well as that ability to get, in MMO terms, aggro. Like, there's nothing you can do to ensure that one, let alone all of the enemies, will force your focus on you. There's nothing you can do to do
table.
that.
The aggro table is just decidedly either on a whim or whatever reason.
Well, it's up to the GM,
right? Right. That's what I mean.
So, like, in that sense, tanking does not exist. Like, it really doesn't in this game. However, those terms in a game like this are just useful guidelines for, like, what are your goals as a character, right? So in that looser sense, like, I would argue tanking absolutely exists in terms of how you go about what are your priorities as a character. So to that, I'm still of the same opinion kind of with John. I don't think he's a pure tank. he is doing the work of it, but that is kind of reflected in this entire group. I'm not a pure healer.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
like
Right.
I have a healing spell, and it's one of the only ones I'll ever get.
And we use the term off healing too, as well.
Right.
So I mean, like,
well, but we need it because we don't have a pure healer. I have
Exactly.
at level 1, I can heal you twice, and that's it. Then I'm done
Yes.
for the entire day. So if we didn't have a mirror doing what we refer to as off healing, it would be very difficult to get through any combat because I can heal twice, and then there's nothing else I can do for you, and it's got to be all damage.
exactly.
So, those terms I do think are still useful, but they're not set in stone, and they're not as locked in as they are in MMOs. And you're not going to be able to build an MMO style tank. I know. I've fucking tried.
We just need to break through those ingrained structures, man. Just open our minds to possibilities.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying at all. I think those structures are very useful as far as trying to build things. But I think you're doing mostly a good job, despite the fact that I personally don't think you're a pure tank. You are doing that work because somebody has to, and you're in that position.
Right.
So if tanking is just making sure you get hit instead of other people's, you're A plus acing it.
Exactly. I'm killing
but
that.
you're not
for
doing
sure.
anything to really mitigate much of that damage. So you're going down fairly often, right? So there are builds that could do better at that job, but I kind of agree with John that he feels more like a frontliner who's doing the job of tanking than a dedicated tank build, which is fine.
Right.
We got to make do with what we have because that's what we have, right? Like, so you keep doing your tanking job and I'll keep healing you till I run out of spell slots, and we're going to get through as well as we can.
Yep. Survive.
Well, yeah, so speaking of all this, we've got a big, nasty Knoll standing before the party. So, in the interest of just moving this right along, can you guys all roll initiative, please?
Maybe.
Yeah, once that game is unpaused, I'll do it.
No, you can still roll, even though. I always like to wait until like we actually have already rolled initiative. That way I can like get on to Adam about it. It's like, well, I would move, but
Amir, would you like to re-roll that? Everybody here is rolling with stealth, and I don't think that's really maybe the best roll for everybody.
Am I rolling with stealth?
It said
I don't know why it's rolling with.
Yeah, I don't know why it's
Yep,
defaulting
yep.
everyone to stealth.
Well, it's not. You guys reset. You set it to stealth a couple things ago as you were sneaking around, but this is, and it doesn't reset back to. You have to go into your sheets and change it. So I'm gonna clear everything, and we'll start again.
I mean, I'd prefer the stealth.
No,
to be
honestly,
honest.
I would prefer the stealth too.
I hear you,
+1,
but you were definitely not stealthy in your approach.
We were not.
I would like you to re-roll it accordingly, please.
I'm going to blame you for that one. You rushed us along, said get up to the pipe. We didn't have time to stealth.
There's like no way that you can stealthily approach this. It's like you're walking face to face to each other. Like that's the situation that we have here.
He's got a point, but I don't like it.
Never do.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, what?
green
Why
giant
is it-
over here.
For
Yeah,
real,
Santa
we got
Claus.
Santa Claus as crits. Okay. Got Santa Claus noises, listeners.
Get that Christmas bullshit out of here.
Right.
Well, that's good news for George because that means he gets an extra action at the start of his turn. I too rolled a natural 20 on inspiration, so I also get an did I say inspiration? I meant initiative.
No, you said expiration, so now your enemy expires and dies.
Yep,
just
it dies.
goes down.
That tunnel life, struggle.
That extra action would be so much cooler if I had more spell slots.
Well, soon enough, my friend. Soon enough.
Well, it's like I have one level 1 spell slot left, and there's no way to get around saving that motherfucker for Soothe. Like, use it for Soothe, because somebody's going to
Same
get
with
hurt.
me. I got 1 infused reagent, and I don't think I can do anything else besides Elixir of Life.
Yeah.
Bristlebane That is the name of this Null pack leader. Rolled a natural 20, so I'm going to get 4 actions here. And
You just gotta one up me.
Wait, is that a thing?
Not so much
remember
a
that's
pack leader anymore.
That's the house rule that we did. If you roll natural 20 on initiative, you get an extra.
I don't like it when it works for you, though.
Right. If you
Yeah.
recall, I said that was gonna happen when we when we talked
That's
about
true.
it. It's like you're gonna love it when you get it and hate it when the enemies do.
Yeah.
I guarantee
I'm just
it.
really glad that none of us are bristles.
Yeah.
Well, so
You'd be banged right
this
now.
Null is going to use the first action to move up and just get right there next to all of you.
You know what?
So
Thanks.
I've
4
got
attacks of
Jules-
opportunity.
I've got Jules to the north, Amir to the northwest, Asaze to the west, and George to the southwest. In reach of all of them. And then, and as she does that, she pulls out this long whip. And
Go
she
on.
like starts helicoptering it around her head and crack, 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 crack.
Oh.
Using a 3-action ability here. Whip Whirlwind.
Oh, okay. They just given cleave to level 1
Yeah.
enemies. All right,
Okay.
cool.
Oh, it's worse than that. I am going to first try to disarm Jules.
You can try.
So what this is going to be doing, this is considered an attack, and it will be at a -2 because I'm using this Whip Whirlwind deal. This is going to be an athletics check against your reflex DC. So it's your reflex modifier plus 10.
That's a 19, baby.
All right. So
Wait,
let's see
no,
how
that's
it-
my reflex save. Is that what we're from?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. Well, that's a 15.
Sword it.
So tries to wrap around your gun, but is unable to remove that.
Jules says, fuck out of here.
Then we are going to, on Amir, we're just going to try to strike Amir. So as it comes through, misses the gun. Now it's going to be a strike on Amir. Why didn't it go?
Because you, in your heart of hearts, don't really
Want to do
Yeah.
this? Okay. Oh, I have to target. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. All right, Amir. That's a 15.
Miss.
Miss. And then
Right.
to the tank off.
Okay.
We are going to try to trip with the final crack of this whip. So this is against your reflex DC, which is going to be pretty high, I think. Is it also 19?
My reflex,
What's your reflex save?
it's a +9.
Yep, so it'll be a 19. All right, here we go. Dang it! Fail.
Ooh, weird.
Fail.
You love to see it.
I don't.
I do.
All 3 of those just garbage.
More like bristle butt.
Yeah, that was terrible. All right, George, you also rolled a natural 20, so you also get 4 actions here.
I did in fact. I'm gonna do all the stuff I can that's not my one remaining first level spell. I love first level, I always have, and I talk about it glowingly all the time. I'm gonna inspire courage, because that's what I fucking do. I'm gonna lingering composition, because that's also what I fucking do. And that is a natural 20 on the lingering composition performance check, so my lingering composition will last for 4 turns.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Hail damn yeah.
Yep,
Hell
very
damn,
cool.
yeah.
That is only 1 action,
Right?
and I am going to use. Oh, do I want a forbidding word for 2 or gods? I want to do a check. I want to do a. Is it nature? What would it be to learn something about
Society.
this? Society. Oh, I'm
I'll also let you do what is it?
Underworld lore.
Yeah, you can roll that
Oh, cool.
because this is a crime boss right here.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Really?
We just
Well, you
walked
already know
right
that.
up to the boss.
Yes, if you haven't figured it out, this is the boss of the pack of gnolls that has been
Yeah, it's a
harrying
pack leader. Okay.
the scrapyard in in immediate area around.
I just figured there would have been
Crime
like
lord.
4 lesser gnolls that we have to get through first.
Yeah, you
know?
killed them already.
We done did that.
Figured there'd be more.
Yeah, you would think they're not very smart.
It's a very small gang, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so Underworld lore.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because this is a kind of a rare creature in a lot of ways, but you might be able to get it. Let's see what you do.
Okay, so will a 19 do anything?
19 will get you one question.
Oh, cool.
First of all, you know that this is indeed Bristlebane. And to remind you, all these mutations are likely because of prolonged exposure to the mana waste.
Yeah, it'll do that. So we know about the whip thing, that ability. So I hesitate to go for special abilities in case that's the only one.
Right.
I mean, so then it's not vulnerabilities, whatever it's called in this, weaknesses,
Yeah, or lowest save.
Yeah, but I mean, none of us can really target those, you know?
Right.
Not at the moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, I doubt it would have full-on immunities. So I guess, yeah, weaknesses,
None.
of course.
Right.
I have to constantly tell myself that that's still knowledge, but it just feels bad, you know?
Right.
I still did learn a thing, so I know, you know, I don't have to worry about targeting a specific thing. But it sucks still.
Learning is learning.
Yeah, technically. So that's still only 2 actions. I guess I'm gonna just do the Forbidding Ward. I would love to use a spell, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Forbidding Ward on... I mean, it's right up here with all of us. Osaze, I assume maybe the other ones will try to get a little bit further away. So Osaze has the Forbidding Ward, so a bonus to AC against Bristle.
Bristlebane.
I was
Yeah.
wondering for a second. Oh my god.
Bristlebane.
Yeah, Bristle. What is this? A fucking shampoo?
Bricklebrack. Brickleberry. Yep,
All right.
so that's 4 actions.
Okay, choosing to stay there in melee range. Bold choice, my friend. Osaze, you're up.
All right. Well, Asaze is going to be bold and stay. And,
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because
right.
you are a tank.
Right?
Damn, now I regret. I could have just given you guidance and walked away.
Nah.
He's got guidance immunity.
Oh, that's right, because I already
right.
guidanced him. So
Yep.
I did what I had to.
Yep.
Okay, so first thing is going to be he's going to hunt prey against Bristlebane. And second action, he's going to Venom Draw.
Okay.
With so
Love it.
Yeah. So he pulls his Felissa and he envenoms it with his tongue.
That's what I'm talking
right.
about. Y'all, Dustin's over here just like miming the whole thing.
Yeah.
His tongue is all out.
It always reminds me of
That's
that
an experience.
the gif where the guy, like, obviously an edgy rogue, like, licks the knife, but it's poison. It's like, I should not have licked the knife.
Increases my immersion if I mime it
I like
out.
it. I appreciate
Yeah. Which appropriately is, I mean, like a 19-year-old would think that was so cool. So cool.
If Dustin, if your character dies, you should bring back a mime, like an actual mime.
That'll work really well for radio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, then you just have to describe how he's miming all the time.
Yeah, right.
All right, and your third action.
Third action is going to be a twin takedown.
I assumed as much. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Okay, first attack with the Felissa. Oh, come on. Okay, I got a target.
Airtime.
There we go. So first attack with the Felissa. That is a 10 on the die for an 18.
That will hit.
All right. Mangosh time. That is a 13 on the die for a 19.
That is another hit. Look at that double hit action.
All right.
Osaze
Yes.
coming out strong this time.
Where are your 2 stabs?
Okay, so the first one is going to be along the the ribs. Okay, and then the other one's going to be along the shoulder, like the crook of the shoulder.
Same
Tender
side or
vittles.
opposite sides?
Opposite.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're doing this like little like pinch like attack, like
Yeah.
one right under the titty and one in the opposite shoulders. It's like chop. You know?
Right. One is like overhanded. Yeah.
Right.
So let's see. We got
Sausage
a
special.
7 with the Flissa and a 5 with the Mangosha.
Oh, wow.
We got
Look at
12
that big
points
hit.
of damage.
That is a great hit.
Yeah.
That might have been your most
Effective,
singularly
like,
effective turn.
damaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. Very, very good. Just a quick moment of reflection here. It seems like, well, that's not, in this instance, it's disappointing for me that the boss feels less powerful than the random fungus lynches.
Well, that's how dice work, baby.
It is. It's just how it goes.
Right.
All right, Jules, you're up.
All right. Jules is not a big fan of this big old Bristle bitch trying to whip weapons out of her hand. So she says, no, I don't think so. And pulls up her hand cannon, and it's going to shoot right here in melee. Because there are no penalties against that.
Nope.
17.
That is a hit because of the Inspire Courage.
Whee! I feel so inspired.
I always love it whenever it's just like, it would have been a miss, but because of
Instead.
this buff. Yeah.
So Jules whips her gun up underneath Bristlebane's head and says, fuck you. And it's going to be 8 piercing damage.
Wow.
And is going to now be flat-footed to me because of my sword and pistol situation that I am on my next melee attack, which is coming up now with the kukri.
I feel like I made a dumb.
You did. You did.
Because this whip has reach, and I did not need to be up in all your all's grill,
I was
giving
wondering.
you all these attacks, and then you just struck with your kukri.
With the crit.
Oh my
Crit hit.
gosh, dude!
So,
Wow,
You were right when you said bristle butt.
Bristlefoot. Did that do right?
It did. You
It
just
did.
rolled.
I just
poorly.
rolled the poopy. That's gonna be 6 slashing. Yes, damage. And it will automatically reload my gun.
Another excellent turn from the left Winklers, or the Winklers.
The Winklers.
I can't. The Winklers. Yes.
Bernard left winkle.
It's Bernard Left Winkle and the
the
Winklers.
And the
That's
Winkler.
right.
You guys are the Winklers.
We are the
Right.
Winklers.
That's right.
Excellent turn here. Amir, do you want to see what you can do here?
Yeah, let's see if we can
Take
keep
it down
this train
in one
going.
round. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to be attacking, but I will throw down a society for recall knowledge
Fair.
to see if I can gain a little bit more info. Do I need to target?
No.
Okay, good. Here we go. That is a 12.
Nah,
Probably
dude.
not. Probably not.
No way.
Good effort, though. Good effort.
It's going to be a simple turn. I'm going to reach into my pack, take out one of my trusty numbing tonics, and smear it all over Osaze's beautiful scaled skin.
Wonderful.
Right, yeah. Man, you
So
make me
he
want to
gets
play a
numbing
fucking
time.
alchemist so badly.
It's pretty cool.
No, it's fun.
I'm very interested for higher levels. when
Yeah.
I get more
Yeah.
tools. But you gain 2 temporary hit points, and at the start of each of your turns, for 1 minute, you regain those temporary hit points.
Yep.
And you can drag that.
I've done it.
effect.
I've done it already. Done it. Great
Good
first round from the Winklers. It is Bristlebane's turn, regretting all of her life choices that led her to this moment. We're going to try that whip whirlwind again.
Yeah.
We're going to try to disarm Jules.
Adam, it would mean a lot to me if you failed this.
I'll do my best.
All right, thank you, sir. That's all I'm asking.
All right, so here comes the disarm check. let's see. Okay, now that's gonna do it. So I have weakened your grasp on your gun until the start of your turn. Wait, what? Hold on, I am confused by this.
Yeah, that's how-
so
that's how
success
disarm
just gives
works.
me a bonus on disarming you next time.
Yep.
You have to critically succeed to actually get it to. But I will have success or a +2 on future endeavors.
Oh no!
Question
my grip.
on that.
It is weekend.
So on the if a weakened grip, doesn't she have to spend an action to firm her grip on her turn in order to use it?
She will take a -2 on her attacks. So here's what it says. You weaken your opponent's grasp on the item until the start of that creature's turn. Attempts to disarm the opponent of that item gain a +2 circumstance bonus. And the target takes a -2 circumstance penalty to attacks with the item or other checks requiring a firm grasp on the item.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
That's definitely something that if you have a group, and have something that else has. Mm-hmm.
So that's not as cool as I thought it was, but
I
whatever.
like it.
Yeah, sure.
So onward with
Okay.
this cleave.
Onward. It's a whip whirlwind. Thank you very much.
It's even better than cleave because it doesn't have to just keep hitting every time to get the next
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Right, like,
and you don't have
Which
to
is ridiculous for level 1 character.
Yeah.
And
All
it's
right, so
supposed to
here
have reach.
It does. I'm just a dummy.
Right.
All right, so here comes the strike on Amir.
Come on.
Okay, that is a 14. Oh, wait. That's not correct. It is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. That is going to deal 7 points of slashing damage as this whip cuts
Okay.
right across Amir's face. And when it comes to Osaze, I don't know if I want to trip or not at this point.
Man, you tripping already. What you talking about?
It's all the mushrooms we fought just before
You
this.
see.
Let me just read this to make sure. I will try to trip. We're going to try the trip. All right, so not good.
Yay.
I rolled a natural 1, which means a critical failure. So the momentum of this whirlwind and being in such close quarters, Bristlebane falls right on her bum and is prone.
Yeah, let's go.
Really? Bristle
my
for
God.
real? Wow.
Yes.
That's
I also
Holy
just remembered
shit.
something.
Yeah.
Osaze, you invented your weapon. Did you count the poison?
No.
Oh, we didn't count
Didn't.
poison?
Let's get it.
Oh,
Let's
man.
get it.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Wow.
Dang.
Bristle butt.
Bristle about to be dead.
What a fucking disappointment.
So it's just it's a 1d4 poison damage per round.
Well, so I have to roll a save, right?
Fortitude.
That's the first. Yep. Okay. So
You do a save before you take any of the damage?
I believe so.
well, the poison damage for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I just know in Starfinder you take damage regardless.
Well, in Starfinder, I had to take cleave, spinning cleave, lunge to do something you get at level 1. So let's not base it on Starfinder.
Okay, so yeah, there is no just auto damage. So I'm going to roll to see on this poison. So it's a fortitude save.
Correct.
What's
Which I
the
feel like
save?
it's got. That's the problem.
It's literally on
Is
your
it a
sheet.
standard fortitude?
Just look under Invenom. There you go.
17.
Okay, well, I rolled a 21.
Okay. All right.
So I saved against the poison.
Correct.
All right, but I did fall on my booty.
Nice. Just out of curiosity, because I want to understand the envenom stuff. You just envenom one of your blades?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a one-use thing, so it's no longer poisoned. It's
Right.
Like, it's
Can-
just
Right.
Is that a once per rest thing, or can you just invent
Once
like,
per hour, actually, for me
hour,
because
okay.
of my because of my Vishkanya. Keen venom and
sweet.
Vishkanya.
Okay, so you can start off every combat basically, or not, maybe not everyone, but a lot of
but
combats
once
with
per
an
hour, yeah.
Envenom.
Yeah.
But you can't just
That's
like
great.
spend an action every turn and Envenom.
Right,
Correct.
right.
He's got to work that juice back up.
Yeah.
My Venom
I don't
sacks
have
are
enough
on
spit.
E.
I need to build
Sorry,
up my
Emily.
reserve of spit.
Oh, Lord. All right, George, you're up.
Okay. I'm not gonna go into DPS mode yet because I don't think it's time to steal the kill. We'll get there next turn, and then I'll take it away from you guys. This game has become very fun for me. The kill steal. It just makes playing a bard so much better. Okay, so we're good on inspire, courage, and all that good stuff. Let's see. Is that Amir? You're pretty injured.
Yes, I am the most.
I have
injured.
one soothe remaining. I'm assuming you're not gonna move out of the fucking way. We're just gonna keep attacking.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody should get into flanking.
Okay. Then I ain't the one, dog. I'm gonna soothe on Emir and try to get. I should be able to get you back to full health with soothe. Okay. Ooh, not as good. 8.
All right, that's almost full health.
Okay.
2 away from full health, so that's baller.
Very good. And then I will use my third action to use concentration to keep forbidding ward up on Osaze against Bristle.
Very, very nice. Boy, what a whole hell of a turn.
Very exciting turn, yes.
All
I'm
right.
doing a lot of things though.
Yes. You are. I was not being sarcastic. Osaze, you're up.
So since I said that somebody should get into flanking position, and it now being my turn after saying so, I'm going to now impose that flanking condition by moving Osaze south of Bristlebane, so that way I'm flanking with Jules, who has a melee weapon, right?
Yeah.
Kukri,
Okay, just
yeah.
want to make sure your Kukri was out because
I'm
you were
sorry,
not
you
disarmed.
actually dropped it last combat and never said
You know,
picked it
I
up,
thought
so-
about that. I was like, I bet that motherfucker is gonna.
Actually, you just loosened your grip. That's all.
I just want to give John some kudos for how much of a team player he is, because he couldn't even quite get the terminology out because like I'm put us in flanking,
Right,
the whole
I love
group
it.
in flanking.
Right. First action move, second action. Let's try that flourish. Okay, with the twin takedown. That is a nat 20 on the
Yes.
first
Let's
attack.
go.
With the Flintstone. Woo! So that is going to be a critical hit of 28. Does that hit?
Jeez Louise, this is a tale of 2 episodes right here.
Yep.
Yeah, the critical hit's definitely going to hit.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we do damage on that, let's see what the Mangosh, if it hits.
All right.
Mangosh is at a 14.
That hits because you are flanking, dude.
Nice.
And because you have Inspire Courage.
That's right. Absolutely. Slither the
Holy
Kid. Going for the kill here. So let's see.
Get that critical damage first.
Yeah, let's get that critical. So that is 12 piercing. And the Mangosh. Oop, I'm sorry. I hit critical instead. Hold on 1 second. Okay. 3 points of piercing. So that is a total of 15.
Well, with 14 remaining hit points.
Dang
yeah.
it. I was really hoping you were going to say, well, it's got 1 HP remaining, and then Jules will obviously miss, and then so will Amir, and then I'll get the kill. You know?
Why you be like this? No.
It's because it's fun. Because it's just fun, you know?
Oh, I see.
So you killed
We just
Bristle
dominated
In like
this.
murdered the shit out of it.
I feel like how this
1.5
happens
rounds.
is that he goes in with the main gauche, sneaks it under the ribs, but then kind of does a 360 and decapitates
Oh, he went X Games
with
mode.
the Flissa.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
What a fucking combat
Did a pop
there.
shove it on his skateboard at the same time.
All right, well, I'll save you the effort of telling me you want to loot the body by assuming you want to loot the body.
You
Yes.
assumed already, sir.
I want someone else to
Safe
loot the
assumption.
body because I don't want to touch this gross motherfucker.
Poke the body with the stick.
son of a...
It
Son of a
explodes.
biscuit.
No, it does have weeping wounds, which means like when you hit it, you're supposed to be making some saves or take acid damage. Just do me a quick favor.
Nope.
Let's do it.
Roll me a reflex save.
No.
Okay. All right.
And you too, Emily,
Okay.
because you...
Whoever got hit.
Well, whoever hit it with a melee weapon.
A 26.
All right, you're good.
Rocks.
24.
Rocks.
All right, you're good. You guys are good.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. So Bristle Brain. Bristle
Bristle
Brain.
Bristle brain.
Brick a brack.
Bristly about that.
Sound like chickens.
All right. So got a bolas here. Who wants to bowl us?
Is that the
that
thing
a
that
symbol?
you go and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
yeet it
Yes.
and it trips
It's like
people?
it's like a better sling, if you could believe it. If you could believe that
I
there's
mean-
a better weapon in
It's
this
got like
game.
a
than
Wow.
tangle, I
sword.
guess.
I don't know about 'em.
Is it like... does it take special requirements to be able to wield it?
It is a martial weapon.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, then,
that's-
no. I was like, I use a sling. I'll take a better sling, but if it's martial, then no. I will keep going
shit.
off to the side.
I'm curious because I do need some sort of ranged capability. Let's see here.
What do you want me to just put it in your inventory?
Yeah,
for now?
yeah, just for
put it
right
in there.
now, and we'll just pass it on to whoever.
There's actually two of them.
I'll
Because
take one.
it's not okay. Here's the thing: it's like
They're connected.
you throw the whole thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Throwing.
but I'm gonna send both of them.
Does he
to you.
also throw it in melee range?
What?
I'm talking about.
Anyways,
the same
there's
thing
this
with the
plus
whip.
one.
Yeah.
There's this +1 whip there. Who would like to? I mean, that's for one. It has the +1
It's a melee whip.
rune on it.
Is that a simple weapon?
It is a
Is it Marshall?
martial. It is martial.
Son of a bitch. I was like, I'll totally
me.
be a
Yeah,
dog
me
daddy
too.
violin water genie.
I'll hold on to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I love Emily. Be like, oh, I'll hold on to it. I'm
mean,
not
I
like
guess
super
I'll
into
take
a
it.
whip. Emily
fine.
I also
Summerlin.
think,
And a whip would be pretty legit.
I think the important thing there is that +1 rune
Yeah.
that you can get extracted.
Yeah.
There is an elixir of life minor.
Right.
What's
So
I
either
say?
Osaze.
Osaze.
Let's just give that to Osaze.
Wow. All right. There are 2 gold pieces.
I'll take those.
I'll take those.
That's going to translate, you guys, to 5 silver pieces each.
Okay.
No, just give
go.
me the 2 gold is what we'll do. I'll just hold on to it for me.
There's also a crude map of the Alkenstar sewers, which will be really helpful for your egress back to the saloon.
Okay, cool.
So you got a couple things that you can do here. Make sure that you guys manually add the 10 silver.
Oh, it's 10? I'm
No,
sorry.
it's 5.
I'm sorry, it's 5. It's
Okay.
5.
Oh,
No, I'm adding 10.
No.
Don't take
Hands
these
off
bags.
the-
I've decided.
Hands off the pawn.
Okay, so first
if-
of all,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was gonna say I'll hold on to the map. I've already got dressers and coded letter. Like I've just been holding on to paper documents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know who I'm going to give the hero point to because everybody did so good there. So I'm just going to roll a d4.
Just give me the second hero.
You might get him.
I call it.
No, it's actually going to be Judge. It's going to
Judge!
Oh, thank you.
Judge.
be. So
Way
George,
to
go
go.
ahead and roll that d6 for me, my friend.
D6, okay.
You have been very
you for not being a
inspiring.
Yeah.
You know?
Indeed.
I have. I mean,
You're killing it.
yeah. It was really cool getting the natural 20 and getting the Forbidding Ward and Nat 20, the Inspiring Courage. 4 rounds for sure. That was a cool turn. 4.
4. All right, so this will be a general roll of d8.
D8. Okie doke. 6.
6. Okay, this is from Just J-Rod.
My guy.
Yo.
Go get him, champ. In my best dad voice with all the appropriate clapping, you can do it.
Nice. Very cool.
All right, thanks, J-Rod. Appreciate that. All right. So you have a couple options here, or rather, let me remind you of some of your situation. Your goal is to, yes, get back to the saloon. All right? Without a doubt. This is what's the Barrel and Bullet is calling you. But you... Oh, wait. No, you already did spend the night in the camp, so you got all your alchemical items that Monzi was going to make. You have cleared this area of the Knolls if you wanted to go back to Lord Glass, but you can always come back here later, too. You know what I mean? So it's up to you on what you want to do. I just didn't want you to forget that you do have that, like...
I'm having a brain fart. Have we already been paid?
So the pay was basically you getting...
This stuff.
The free,
We can
yeah,
just
free
go.
crafting stuff.
He basically said that if you were to do that, he would give you the shinies, the most shinies. And what that is some a chunk of cold iron.
I mean, cold
that's
iron is
great.
useful.
Fucking A.
Now,
Yeah.
especially for those of you that are crafting, you could craft a weapon out of that cold iron, and it would be really useful to have, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I am going to give cold iron chunk to Amir.
Yep.
But that's just because he's your crafter guy. So let me do that real quick. So then I guess at this point, there's nothing left that you want to do. I don't want to rush you through anything here, but
Adam, it's gross in here. I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, I just,
I don't want to sleep in a fucking sewer. All right.
No, I don't think any of us were under the impression. We were like, all right, well, we did it. Let's sleep in the sewer.
All right.
Well, we haven't even got into the sewer. There's some things that'll happen there, but you don't want to sleep here in the scrapyards.
All these spores around here?
Right. Okay.
If that's a possibility and there's no negatives.
Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, as far as time, though, we haven't been out that long. Right?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Ow.
we rested and we went.
And
then we came and fought the mushroom people, and then we did this fight, and that's
it's
it.
been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we can't. You can't just spam long rests in this game.
That's correct.
You can do one long rest per 24-hour period, right?
Yeah. If you wanted the effects of a long rest, you'd have to stay here a whole another day.
Look.
Can we chill for an hour so the treat wounds condition falls
absolutely.
off?
That would be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to get a refocus as well.
Absolutely. So you can do all that now.
Yeah, but I did want to say, just kind of immediately after the fight, George, who is standing next to Osaze after Osaze, I mean, impressively takes down the boss, turns to him and says, "Hey, kid, I know I give you a hard time a lot of the time because it's fun and it's easy and you're a kid, but it seems like you've taken your lumps, but you ascended to another level. You kind of figured some stuff out. That was really impressive. So don't think that just because I give you grief that I don't notice that you're doing good work. And you know, all that to say, I got you back. I know I don't act like it, but I do.
That's very sweet for you to say, and I do have to say that it's nice getting the support from everyone in this crew. So I very much appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the sheer number of hits you've taken, so we didn't have to. We, you know, that's something you can't overlook.
I parallel those statements. We're in this together, no matter what. So, you have my back, I have yours, always.
Yeah, and he like pats Osaze on the shoulder, and then you know, sees. I imagine everybody's kind of like unslinging their bags and like kind of, you know, just getting themselves settled. We're gonna obviously sit down for a minute and refocus and do all that stuff. And he kind of, you know, just makes a little lap around the party, just looking at our surroundings and the part of the junkyard and stuff we're in, and looking at everybody, making sure. I mean, he did a soothe and all that, but he gets to Jules and looks at her and just like quickly kisses her on the forehead and walks away.
Yep.
Nice.
Jules like looks around to see if the other guy saw that. Like,
And Pookie's like looking straight at you from my shoulder.
Right?
Yeah. Pookie saw it for sure.
Yeah, Pookie saw
He
it.
walks over and kisses Pookie on the eyeball. No, my thought process with that was like, he gave kind of a heartfelt, you know, hey, let me break character and tell you how much you mean to me kind of thing with Osaze. He's not doing that with Jules. Like,
no,
we're not there yet. But they both know that about each other. So it's almost like he's still teasing you a little bit. Comes and like pecks you on the head.
Right.
No, like bless your heart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
and I know you guys got some other things. I just want, real quick, like, you guys can stay here long enough to get fully up to HP.
Nice.
You know, like, you've got some time before you have to go. So I've already done that for
Thank you.
You know, everything's good to go here. Yeah.
Now, I know I was the one that brought up, like, hey, we can't just spam long rests. But I will say, like, we're going to move forward into the sewers. Like, I'm incapable of healing anymore. Like, I'm out of spell slots.
Yes.
So I can buff, you know, my little heart out, but that's all I can do. So we're going to have to be careful.
I have one minor healing potion.
Right, exactly.
That was like got from the goblin.
Yeah, I've got a numbing tonic. That's it.
So Osaze should have one from Bristle Bane.
Yes. Yeah. And Osaze like takes inventory and it says, okay, well, you did your best to keep me alive. It's now up to me to make sure I stay alive.
Yeah, you guys should just learn from me. You see, I haven't taken any damage in what feels like months.
Well, then we'll make sure to fight around you.
Eyes.
We'll just make sure that instead of me going out there, they'll have to come to us from now on. How's that?
I mean, that's what I was hoping for with the mushrooms, but you got all penisy.
Well, I mean, you know, with combat, you have to make snap decisions, and sometimes
you got your cold blood up, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm just
like,
making crude snake jokes. I'm not a herpetologist.
No, really.
No. Shocked.
I mean, that was my first major, but I discovered the violin and dropped out. So
I don't want to stay here. And if somebody dies because of it, y'all can blame me. But I'm ready to push forward, like get out of this nasty place. Also, we're still like wanted, you know.
Right. That's I was going to bring that up. Is like, yeah, you guys made it. You had some respite, I guess, here in the scrapyard. But like, it's been a little. Yeah, it's been a little less than 24 hours.
2 hours.
And you don't think that by any means that the shield marshals have stopped looking for you, and it probably wouldn't take them too long to realize that you guys aren't going to be coming out the front entrance. So maybe they're like, anyway, that's weighing on your mind. So, so you go.
And I imagine it's weighing on Amir's mind a little bit extra because he's the one that's been outed. You know, he's the
That's true.
my cover has been blown, and so.
Well, yeah. So with that weighing on your mind, you guys go into these sewers, okay? And like you do have the map, so it makes it a little bit easier. But it's dank and wet. You know, rats scurry by your feet often, and it smells horrible. Things float in the couple inches of water past your feet that you just try to ignore. It's quite disgusting. And about midway through this expedition, you hear above you,
Oh no.
like on the streets above, right? You see kind of in the distance a little shaft of light cutting down into the sewers through what must be a grate, like a storm drain or something like that. And you can hear some voices talking, that they must be right by that drain. And it takes a little bit for you to start making out what you hear, but as you get closer, assuming that you're kind of quietly working your way, avoiding splashing any water or anything like that, you hear maybe a familiar voice. You're so useless. At this point, finding them is going to be impossible. They've likely gotten back to their hideout, wherever it is, by now. Have you burned down the poison in the cure? Yes, ma'am. We did it. We did it, like you said, but they weren't there. But it's cinders now. Good. Did your contact forge that evidence that we need to arrest Gattleby? What? A week? Tell them that they have 5 days, and hurry it up. Meanwhile, raid all the usual places in Hellside and Smokeside. If you find the thieves, kill them. They were trying to kill you after all. Got it? You had no choice. Let your squad know that anyone who makes the killing shot will get a nice fat purse from Mugland as a thank you. Now get out of here before I shoot you myself. The deputy swears under her breath before the sound of her footsteps echoes down the sewer drain. A horse whinnies and trots away. And we'll see you.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm like stress squeezing Poopy right now.
No, no. He's so weak.
Little eyeball just kind of like coming in and out between your fingers.
Bulging.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I kiss you on the forehead.